Hi. Hang on, okay? I'm on live. Hello. Hi, you sweet people. Hi, everybody. Just saying hi over the music. Hi, BH, Shannon, Sean B, Jessica Lynn, Hippie Grandma, Casper, Cindy Smith. Hi, everybody. Nani, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Gosh. Hi, Arco Show. Hi, Just a Small Town Girl. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Peggy, Victoria Burgess, Judy, Tina K, Lloyd Boston. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Can't believe my phone rang. It was for my son, though, right when. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Christy. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Parker, you're literally, your discussion's on my live. You've got to close your door partway. No, you can close it like you had it yesterday. No, it won't. Please do it. Please do it. Prop the chair in there. Do something. Thank you. Oh, dear. Hi, everybody. Hi, Brooke. just waiting for the song to end. Oh my goodness, don't be too rough. Good grief, that took so long. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, hit the like if you will when you come in. Hi, Dollar. Hi, Blue Scarlet. Member mods, no timing out or blocking. Hi, Pirate Chick. No fighting on that. No, 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 no. Come here, honey. There you go. Goodness, this song is long. This is actually posted to my Facebook and my YouTube. Okay, it's a nice calming song, but it's a tad too long. Hi, Banana Freckles. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. Thought it was going to die down and end. All right. Yowza. Oh my gosh. I went on and on and on. Hello, Maggie. I don't discuss my private life. I don't discuss my private life. Anyone that has a channel would know better too. That's for darn sure. YouTube therapy. All right, let me turn the camera on. Hi, you guys. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I have this on Facebook and YouTube because somebody asked me to stream it on there, something like that. So I watch back my programs and, you know, read the chat, and I actually had to delete, you know, some things. Good grief, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I'm assuming a man, but came in and was like, Show your backside. First show your feet. Show your butt. Take all your clothes off, the person said. Show that. So I'm deleting messages going through. And then somebody was really, I don't like BS or something like that, was sticking up for me, or not for me, but just saying, do you have issues and things like that. I know. And I left the foot one because, like, whatever, I'm not going to be like, and I even left the butt because, like, what's the big deal, right? It's not that bad. But then when it was starting to get more intense, yeah. So I'm kind of learning what the difference is between trolls and bullies or whatever. I mean, it might be a cliche word, but it is what it is, right? And that saying's pretty cliche and used a lot, but so yeah, I didn't know what to name my live, but before I forget, and I don't think she'll mind if I call out her channel, because I was impressed by her today. I've peeked at her now and then for the past year, Crimes and Fashion. And, she was on Turtle Island and stuff for a little while, the game show. And hi, Ghost Devil. Hi. Anyway, she talked about a very painful experience she went through with her friend, very, very close friend, dying of cancer. And she was there every step of the way. And hi, Messy Jessie. And it was something else. You guys, she got choked up and everything. I was like, wow, I'm not the only one that doesn't get choked up or nearly cry on here, except I do cry, right? But she showed a softer, gentler side to her. And it's making me realize that for some people, this really is entertainment only, kind of. Because I used to think, well, she's just talking about other people and she's another clip channel and she just whatever, right? But I feel differently about her today, and I hope she sees this. I'm not like reaching out trying to become friends with everybody, but I was very impressed and I learned a lot. I mean, you really do need to ask questions and keep asking until you get your answers. You really do. A lot of mistakes were made in her friend's care. I'll just say that. Anyway, I would check out her live from today. Give her some likes, subscribe. It was really something. Yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, if the if the question is asked over and over again, isn't that considered spammy? Kind of. So, there's all kinds of things going on, going around about me, right? Did I go? Didn't I go? Did I meet Jimmy? Did I not meet Jimmy? Who paid for what? Am I a scammer? Did I say I was going to get money? Am I a scammer? Am I a scammer about my vacuum in the past? that I got. I've never had a vacuum like that. Never. And there's all kinds of questions, and they'll be continued to be unanswered. And that's the way it is. And I actually missed a phone call from a number in my town, and I was curious, who is this? So I called, and the word deputy sounded like Debbie to me right away. Remember a couple lives back, I talked about the detective that's trying to talk to my son and bring up things from 7-8 years ago when he was clearly an adult, but because his issues are more pronounced now and things, and his, I guess father wants to dredge up the past, which isn't good for his brain, especially my son, of all people. Because on top of everything, he has the pervasive developmental disorder, PDD. I was there when they diagnosed him with that when he was 17. We couldn't make him go to counseling anymore at 18, but he went. Not that first year, but I think he started back when he was about 20. So, Catholic Community Services when he was younger, and Sunshine or Sunrise or Sun something, and the other place that's up by the high school. And it's not like I haven't tried to get my son help. And when things get worse and worse, more debilitating as you get older, there's not a lot you can do. And we were always hoping for like a magic pill, or I don't know, not a magic pill, but you know what I mean. They might get rid of parts of the OCD or whatever. It'll never go away. Never. His therapist told us that. He went to a 2-month seminar place to learn more about obsessive compulsive disorder, and that it's not just checking and cleaning. It's intrusive thoughts. It's all kinds of things. I read on this show called No CD, so the N and then OCD, right? It's a really good program for anyone that's suffering with it. It's on YouTube. And the psychiatrist guy, or whatever he is, said he had it really super bad. And he would have thoughts like, you have to face those fears and figure out you're not going to die or have a panic attack or something bad isn't going to happen to you in your life, right? If you don't do the little rituals and straighten things and count and whatever it is. And he's so funny. He's like, I'll give you an example. And he said, I'm sitting here talking to you right now, and I'm downstairs, and my family's upstairs. Could somebody break in and hurt my family or start a fire? He said this. And I mean, it's not funny, but and the roof could cave in on me. He's like, yeah, but is it likely? No. And so he said it's a disease of doubt. You doubt everything. You doubt everybody, what they say to you. It doesn't matter if it's family. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend. It's a disease of doubt. I found it really interesting. Why did I go off on talking about? So we found out from his therapist that, with medications, hopefully, life can become manageable and hopefully productive. But when you have an anxiety disorder that's manifested to this point, I mean, I still went out there, and I tried to find him a job of maybe sweeping a restaurant for part-time or whatever, right? To get him out there. And I wasn't even planning on talking about this. This is what I mean. I'm so impromptu. I really wasn't. But maybe I should a little bit because A, my son doesn't mind. He does not mind. And B, because I've talked to him and I've asked him. And B, there were a lot of comments of, how about a church group, stuff like that. He's afraid of churches now. I mean, I took him to a Presbyterian church to talk to a pastor because he wanted to and he wanted to be prayed for. I dare say 6 years ago. I'm not reading comments, just so you guys know. Hi, Tattooed Angel. Hi. Thanks, everybody. Hi, Teacup Mama. Teresa Bronson. I better say hi to some people in here. Bad. Not bad, baby. Bad, baby. Oh, there's Avery. No, he doesn't mind. And honestly, it helps him to feel like he's not so alone. Because I told him, I said, and I've heard too, Avery, what you're going through with your son. I won't get into it here, but I know, you've had struggles too, right? But anyway, so he talked to this pastor, and I waited outside with our bicycles, it was quite a few years ago. It wasn't like 15 or 10, but anyway, he came out and he was all smiley and wanted to go to that church, right? And then when he got home, he was like, there's witches at that church. And I'm like, no, there isn't. I don't feel good about that pastor. I think he's a witch. This is what happened. I asked him where he got the idea even from. He saw it on the internet. He saw it on the internet. Somebody said that, people can be pastors and doctors and whatever, but they're witches too. So then I tried to say, well, all that bad witch stuff is over. In what was it, the 1800s or something. But there's people like Wiccan and, but I said, they believe in the earth and the moon and the trees and I tried to gloss his fears over. Didn't work. Because there's a guy that lives over here that asks him about every 6 months or so, come knocking at the door. Do you want to go to church? And that man has schizophrenia, but he's on meds and he's super nice. And he's been good friends with my son. So, that's out the window. And then around that time, I took him to a NAMI, right? The National Alliance for Mental, what does I stand for? National Alliance for Mental Institute, is it? Anyway, and it was called Peer to Peer, right? And I don't know where I said this. I mentioned it once before. I'll try not to go on and on, but I do have some new people and stuff. And he went with this man that lives in this apartment complex. And it was so boring and so awful. He said when he came home, he said, I'm never going back. And I said, why? He said, because there were only 2 women there and they were like in their 60s. So like there was no one his age and he was all whatever, bummed out. And I was kind of bummed too, but I tried to tell him, well, maybe next time there might be someone even your age, a guy or a girl, that you won't feel so alone. No, he refused to ever go. I actually joined NAMI, and before I even did this kind of whatever, or not whatever, but YouTube, I, and found all the other channels and Dolly Vision and everything. I did Zoom for the first time, which I'd never done. through the NAMI thing, and it was the leader or whatever was in Seattle. And I heard other people's stories and everything, and I told mine and what I'm going through. And I think my son was gone having a coffee with his other friend. And he walked in, and I pretty much had to just sort of shut down, like just sort of say, okay, well, I got to go now. So then he asked me, of course, who are you talking to? And I told him. It was like a place for me. His therapist actually told me about it. Said this would be good for you, for your mental health. Because taking care of anybody can wear on you. You know what I mean? Whether it's Alzheimer's or mental health, or right, someone with cancer, or and we'll do it, right? But anyway, you know, and I've been told, oh, you can get paid if you go to the courts and get his SSI signed over to you. No, I don't want to do that. For one, he wouldn't trust me and wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't have had his apartment for a measly 10 days until, you know, things started getting worse for him. So, you know, we've tried those avenues, but when he wants to go for a walk, you know, I'll go with him. My daughter comes, but his dad got him a brand new bike. It's yellow. It's got yellow rim tires. It's nice. It's a not motocross. What am I trying to say? With the thick wheels that can go on trails and everything. I don't know. I can't. And anyway, the brand starts with H, and it's nice. The seat's kind of small. He feels like his knee's going to bump something, and he won't ride it. He will not ride it. So it's sitting out there. And every now and then, if I don't want to ride, we have 3 bikes. I have one that has no brakes, right? One of those older blue ones that I bought for $50 years ago just to tool around on to the AA haul down the street and whatever. And then my daughter got one, a Canon, and then that yellow one. So, I mean, you know, and his dad did that so he could even just ride around here. It's a big apartment complex, you know, and you can't make your kids do too much. But like I put in a comment, sometimes I'm like he'll really want something at the store. And I don't want anything like this to turn into agoraphobia, right? Where you can't even leave the house and just, you're never in society. So when you do, it's even more petrifying, right? So I'm like, no, if you really want that, what are those things called? The teeny little skateboards, you know, and whatever they're called. You want to look and see if they have that in the toy section. Like, I'm not even kidding. And he was like 22 or whatever. But anyway, I'm not judging him. I'm just saying, like, it's another reason. I know he's on the autism spectrum. But kick decks or flip decks or whatever they're called. And the kinds of games he gravitates to and the ages of people he feels comfortable talking with. And it all adds up. And he might have Asperger's, for all I know. I don't know. I've tried to get him diagnosed so he can wear one of those bands. God forbid he ever runs into, you know, a cop, or he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you can't just get one. So I tried to get him diagnosed in this town, and it's thousands and thousands of dollars, especially for an adult to be not surveyed, but whatever it is that you go through to really find out. So he has all these issues, and now his father is honestly in denial. Well, maybe he doesn't have OCD. Maybe he's not on the autism spectrum. Maybe he doesn't have ADHD. Are you kidding me? He was told that by a specialist when he was 5. I mean, and then we don't want to label our children, right, as they're growing up, making them think that that's all they are, right? Is some kind of mental condition. We don't want to do that. But I've never sugarcoated anything with him, and he's aware. But I know what I was saying. So anyway, it's a daily struggle for anything. And I said, you wear your sunglasses so he thinks people can't see him, like at all, with his sunglasses on better. I said, put your sunglasses on, put your hat. Let's go up to the store. Let's go to Fred Meyer. And he's like, no, let me just stay outside. I said, no, you can do this. You got to do this. So he did. And it was okay. We spent a few minutes in there. So I push a little bit. I can't, you know what I mean? I got to push a little bit. So I know what I was going to say. So anyway, today well, I've been sharing it, Avery, for all year. Okay. And it's okay with him. And I'm actually finding that I'm helping some other parents out there dealing with things to not feel so alone. And it is fine. And he's 27. He'll be 28 in December. On the same date as Becca. I don't know if she's still in here. I announced your birthday, Becca. She's December 29. That's just so interesting that my son and her have the same. Hi, Evie. Hi, Tree Baby. Hi, Criminal Med. Hi, Molly Gohard. Hi, Wiccan. Hi, Gemini. Hi, Killer Duck from Australia. That's Ghost Devil's mom. I hope it's okay I say that here. Everyone knows it everywhere else, I think. Hi, Rocket Queen, Truth Seeker. Did I already say Truth Seeker? See, I don't remember. I might have said it a few seconds ago. Yeah. Hi, everybody. So yeah, hi, Brittany. I think that was one I missed before. But so it's my life. I've been going through it for years. I'm not even upset that you're upset with me. I'm really, truly not. I'm just me, and this is my life. This is my son's life. This is my daughter's life, who, thank God, is 19 now, Hi, Lori Watson. Hi, Hippiporium. Teresa Bronson. No, it's not about attention about my son. It's about the fact that I got a lot of comments and some questions and some advice, Hi, Rachel J. And that especially in the wintertime where it rains, gosh darn, constantly here. 2 weeks ago, it rained every day for a solid week. And then we had little bits of sun here and there, and now it's like cold. And that's why when it snows, it won't stick, right? But in this town anyway, we'll get some snow and it might stick for 2 whole days, but nothing really lasts, right? Except the rain. And people really don't like going out in that very much. So, but we all have an umbrella if we want to walk and it's not just busting down pouring, but I don't mind. I don't even mind getting wet in the rain. I don't. My kids do. But yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with that. And somebody called me today, you guys. I'm not going to say names, but the person that took a petition out on me in the past that hasn't filed it has gone as far Mm-hmm. Is contacting my town. And this lady called me, and I told her, what I'm going through with the other thing, that I feel my ex started to be kind of malicious, but I don't even discuss it with him. I told her, as soon as I heard the word deputy, it sounded like Debbie, and I was going to hang up. And I asked her questions. I asked what my rights were. But first, she said, she asked me what my profession is or whatever. Or she didn't ask me what my profession is. She asked if I was a co-host of a show. And I said, I was. She said, about how long ago? I said, about 6 months ago. Maybe it's a little less. I'm not even really sure. And she said, okay. She knew she was talking to the right person. And she told me why she was called. And this person feels she's being harassed. And I said, oh my gosh. Told her the name. She said yes. She gave me 2 case numbers. And yeah. She actually works, this deputy, on the mental health side. And I'm saying this on the internet, and she'll probably hear this, and maybe she'll stop harassing me every 2 months. For the past year, since last October, her exact words were, not a stalker. She said fixated. For some reason, this woman is fixated on you. I've been, trying to let people know. I told Dumplin' when she was up on Dumplins, please don't delete this live. Please don't. She says it's over. She's telling you what you want to hear. She's trying to appease you. No. Dumplin' deleted it. A few hours later, I was nearly begging her in text on my phone for proof it wasn't over. I knew it wasn't over. That was months ago. Anyway, she actually told me, you guys, I should seriously think about getting a harassment order or something. Like, this is so weird. And I told her, I said, well, I've done that before to a lady that lived here that was harassing me, because we used to be friends, and right, and then she's black and I'm white, and so she was like trying to use the race card all the time. She would go down to the office. I don't know. So, but the main thing is, I think she knew her daughter was bullying my daughter, and she was embarrassed. And instead of dealing with it, she denied it, buckled down, and was one with her against me. The first time I tried to get the restraining order, they said there weren't 2 preponderances of a doubt or something. That word sticks in my mind, even though I gave 3 or 4, but whatever. And I was denied. And 4 years later, when things got just unbearable and continued, I went again, and I got one. It lasted for a year. And it worked. She stayed away from me. There was no kind of contact, nothing. And then she kind of tried to sort of befriend me, and out of the blue, like months after it ended, she was like, we were both near the playground. I was coming back from the mailboxes, and she's like, oh, hi, Megan, how are you? And I answered her. I said good, but I kept walking. Yeah, I didn't stop, and right, she wanted that, either maybe to start something, but it seemed genuine, but I don't know. And she moved a few years ago, thank goodness. She lived here a long time. I've been here 22 years. She was here 16 or... Anyway, my point is, now on top of everything, with, I'm going to call it what it is, cyberbullying on the internet, I'm dealing with a woman, not a man, a woman that is fixated on me. I shouldn't be laughing. I'll probably regret it. So it's too fucking weird. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my God. You know, and she's been, so anyway, I asked her what my rights were with the other thing. She said I could even file a complaint about the other lady saying, oh, will you let your son go with someone you didn't know his last name? And you weren't there when they were getting drunk. And I didn't even know they were going to drink. He had, his friend was totally, I mean, really, for a whole year, didn't drink, didn't touch drugs, nothing. Oh, God. So, like, I've been betrayed actually quite a darn bit when you think about it, right? I mean, in different avenues, not just exes or what, not exes, but I mean, like when my husband and I were married the first time for 2 years, I was floored. I decided to stay in Okinawa, even though I went through hell. We'll just leave it at that, and some physical hell. That he would divorce me when we got back. That was a shocker. That I felt betrayed. In hindsight, it's good it happened. But as everybody knows, or a lot of people, we remarried in 95. What, thinking it'll work the second time? I don't know what the heck we were thinking. We were both younger. I'm a year and what am I? October, June. I'm a year and 4 months older than him or something like that. And then Shaylin's dad and then Darren after that. It's like, I mean, I'm glad that I'm older now because I can handle it, you guys. I can handle betrayal. I can handle someone lying to me. I can handle people lashing out at me on the internet. That video is only unlisted, Tina, not deleted. Oh, well, thank you. I feel like you give a shit. And now I'm getting emotional because it kind of scares me. Don't delete it. I might need it in court. So this woman, you guys, has called 2 fucking different times. I have the dates. And I'll tell you this, they're both in November of this fucking month in this fucking year. And not a long time ago. And I have her real name. Her Norwegian name. I have it. You know how? On Facebook. I saw it. And she comes under other avatars. She comes under Anum, ANUM. She's all over, you guys. I'm going to say her name, Grandmammy Annie, is fucking all over. She was just in somebody's chat that was bashing me yesterday. I'm going to say this because I decided to go ahead. I thought, I better watch the rest of her show. Stay one step ahead of the so-called enemies, whatever, right? Get a clue. I also wanted to know if when Mab and Tony went up there, if they did say anything. I know Mab a little more, right, from talking on the phone with him and his wife and collaborating a little bit on true crime than Tony. We've never talked on the phone. I don't have anybody in Messenger that's a male, not one. I did have Demetrius, but I don't know what the heck's happened with him, why he turned tail and is mad at me. It's whatever. Maybe he heard a rotten side of me on those videotapes and just thinks I'm all fake. But we all can get angry. We all can stick up for ourselves. We all can only take so much for so long, you know? But anyway, please, Dumpling, don't delete that. I went as far as to tell her if I were to take one out, what if that made her more angry, right? And then she acted on her disdain for me. And she said, with the internet anyways, what she said, people hide, behind the keyboard. They're anonymous mostly, whatever, and it usually doesn't get to that. But shit, I don't know. What comes to mind is a few months back with that lady but they sort of befriended this guy, and then he became just too weird and stalkerish and was threatening her. And somehow he got into her dang house and killed her, you guys. Look it up. In fact, I'll look it up right here in a few minutes. I don't know if it was like if she lived in Seattle, or was it Renton or Olympia, the surrounding towns, or what. But she was, I think, in her late 30s, and he was just fixated with her. So, I don't know. You guys are my friends. Yeah, you're welcome, Chicken Snake. I went through and made a few more people mods. It's weird, right? I have a ton of mods, probably more mods than any creator out there. Because people come in at different times too, especially if they're from different countries. But yet I don't want you guys to time out or block anyone. Maybe it makes me feel safe in some way. I don't know. Molly, I'm not going to talk about things. I'm not allowed to talk about things. I am respecting myself, my privacy, and Dolly Vision's entire show. Hi, Cotton Candy. Welcome, Molly. Hi, Janae. Hi, Gramazon. Hi, Mab. Anyway, hi, Evie. The Kiki Lily Show, Michelle Finch. Hi, everybody. Chicken Snake BH, TCCT, Katie of New Hampshire, Klein. Thank you for everybody's kind words. So on top of damn everything, hi, Melly C. I've got this going on, you guys. Holy freaking crap. I mean, God. Okay, I know. Hi, Lori Sakani. I know I'm not unattractive. I know that, okay? I get told enough things and I really appreciate it. But my God, I thought if anything ever like got kind of weird, like weirder, be by a man or something, right? Mm, God. Hi, Joni. When it rains, it pours. That's kind of how, like, I'm looking at things. Hi, Amanda Richardson. Hi, Rhonda. Katie of New Hampshire. Tattooed Rebel. Thank you for your kind words the other day. I read back chat. Thank you for everybody's sweetness. I really do appreciate it. Like more than you know. It gets me through like, you know, when there's no creators to watch or whatever, and I just go over to true crime on YouTube. Um, because my daughter's in her own little world in her room with her games, and she'll tell me like the names of some of the things, and she's been giving me a lot of hugs lately. She's actually worried, you guys, I'll have another stroke. And I tell her, she's 19, for those of you that came in late. I tell her, honey, that's not going to happen because I'm on meds. I'm on meds. Two things before I forget. I told Amanda, I won't say her last name. She sent me a whole bunch of turtle stuff in the past. She wanted to send me an early Christmas gift. And it's this t-shirt. Oh, God. Is it the cutest? It's a turtle with flowers. I love it. Anyway, yeah. So I got that the other day, and that was really nice. So thank you so much. That's really sweet. Put a smile on my face that day for sure. Um, Not that it's all about getting gifts, because it's not. I've never experienced this YouTube gift stuff, and never. I mean, Anyway, and before I forget, Mab, thank you so much. Let's say it right here for not chiming in with all the bullying on other people's channels. Whatever, you know what I mean? And I hope Tony comes over here sometime because I noticed he didn't either. He didn't respond. He came up to hang out, say hi. That's really nice. Like, that's so nice. Because since practically day one, him and Mab have been coming over here for 2 months and supporting me. I didn't want to lose that. I don't want to lose their friendship. You know? You know what's interesting? It is creators are talking about things now. I'm not trying to do, oh, it's because of you, PCT. I'm simply saying creators are recognizing their mods more and also realizing the control that they can have. And do we want the mods to have control of the creators' channels? Do we? Maybe some do. Maybe some need that, right? If they have thousands in their chat, like you know who and other people, right? But is it always like that necessary, right? To time out or block? Crimes of Fashion also, and I don't know if it's in reference to what I've been through, but she literally said no matter how upset she was with anybody, she would never forward private messages, or not forward or put them out there, have them be put out there, ever. And that, to me, that's someone that has some class, for one. And, you know, I think she's younger than me. I don't know if she's around my same age. I don't know. She keeps saying, I'm older, I'm older, I'm older, you know, kind of like I have, you know. But I thought that was really nice. And again, it could be about all the wet stuff out there, the morbid and the whatever's going on. Yeah. It is sad, though. I'm going to say this. I heard on someone's channel, I'm not going to say who, it's a female, we'll say that, that I guess Ernie Shell supposedly was laying for 24 hours with a fever of 103 point something in a hospital. Was it in another country? Now I can't remember. I think it was, because there was no air conditioning. He was sweltering in his clothes with his hat on, talking to someone. Like, did I hear he was on a bed in the hallway waiting to be seen, or was he laying on the floor? The floor is what's sticking in my mind, because I've seen that too on TV when rooms are so overridden or whatever, you know, with the sea or whatever else is going on out there. People are in the hallways. People are sick wherever they can be sick. And people were laughing like it's a joke. What if it's real? Like, what in the real F is wrong with society? How can people, this is my question, how can people so readily and quickly be ready to judge on either something they have no clue about, they have no interest in really finding out, or just on hearsay? I don't get it. Like, are we all getting desensitized to this true crime stuff? And so we're like desensitized to people going through real stuff. And literally, like Jimmy has said more recently in the past, even, I'm a real person. He's a real person. He's not just a creator or an internet figure, and neither am I. You know? And anybody struggling with anything, like Rose says, fibromyalgia, you know, cancer, tremors that are like, I mean, mine are okay, but I have a friend that eats an ice cream cone like this, holding the cone with two hands, trying to eat an ice cream cone. I saw it last summer. She lives over here. You know, you can't barely write. It's hard to fill out checks for your rent because some people still pay that way. You know, licking a stamp, even putting it on, making sure it's placed right. It's every little dang thing you do. Thank God my doctor, wish he had offered it to me years ago, offered me this med, which I won't say. It starts with P, PROP. People can try to find out what the rest of it is, but I take 2 a day and it really helps. But you know, I never knew asthma was really so deadly until my friend who used to live here that moved away across town, her son has asthma. I mean, people have to have inhalers just to breathe if they try to run or whatever, you know? I think we all, I don't know. This is what my son's dad's mother said to me once. I think we were divorced. I don't think I was with him then. Or it might have been the time when he put me on a Greyhound bus and sent me packing from Seattle. I didn't even do anything wrong. I wasn't straying. He knows darn well. You know, but it's, you know, when you're feeling, if you're drinking and feeling angry at the world, you're going to take it out on the other person. And if you have a lot of narcissistic tendencies and things that you've never been allowed to even talk about, divulge, let out there freely with even like a therapist or something, it's, you know. But she said to me something like, this is the cross you have to bear. Like Jesus, I guess, has a cross that he had to bear, but like on his back. But she didn't say it to me. She gave it to me on a bookmark for a little small Bible she gave me. And I read the darn thing all the way on the bus. I mean, I don't remember hardly any of it, but I was on the bus for 4 days, the Greyhound bus, you know, all the way to, the first time was Rhode Island, to my girlfriend's place. The second time was from Seattle area to Florida. So yeah. But anyway, I was going to read about, I'll just go ahead and read them. Yeah, Nani, I made you a mod too. I have so many mods, you guys, I can't remember. Like every single one I've modded, but it's in my studio. I should, I'll go to the end and I'll take a peek at some of these things. On the news, young man was getting out of prison. He was being sold between prisoners. Oh my God. Was killed 2 days before he was supposed to get out. That's really sad. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Oh, God. There's Tip. Hey, paper cut, wink. I still think that's you. I didn't say anything too bad about you. Don't worry. I actually just complimented your mother on a bookmark she gave me. I got more mods than subs, LOL, says Matt. I fascinating chat. Is Molly just going on and on and on? I will block her in a minute once I come to her, if it's like that bad. Thank you. Yeah, I can use prayers. Oh, thanks, Barbara Warren. Thank you. Welcome, Coda. It's got to be Coda, not Kata. Is narcissism really a bad thing in all cases? I think so. Because I've heard so many, there's different kinds of narcissists. I've only seen like one video or maybe two. There's something like a covert narcissist. I can't remember what that means. I think there's a covert narcissist and an overt. Overt is just out in your face narcissist, right? Covert is being sly. I think. I'm not really sure though. And a narcissist, is someone that really only thinks that their opinion matters, and they're very controlling, can be not critical, hypercritical. I went through that with Shaylin's father. Oh, thanks, Teacup. That's a beautiful thing you just said there. Thank you. Thank you. I see your support and I see everybody's support and comments. And honestly, I'm getting mostly support. I'm not getting a ton of hate. Like, I had to take my comments off. I mean, yeah, take them off on a live, like, I don't know, way back when this either just started or I think it was a good 10 days ago. Just the comments. I didn't take my live down or anything. Hi, Presley. Oh, Penny has them ready to go. Well, you guys, I went through this. I went through this with Wild Angel and all my stuff up on Jones End. And the first time was really kind of scary because I was like, oh my God. But I know I'm not a malicious, mean person. And if I said some more nasty things about people, you have to realize it doesn't justify it, but I've been through some shit this year. And I'm not going to have feelings about it. I'm not going to have feelings about certain people. Should I have trusted someone? Should I have been possibly egged on with certain questions? Oh, well, how do you feel about this? Because I'm remembering back a little bit of that, thinking they felt the same way that I did. So I'm not afraid. I'm not even nervous. If I was, I'd be going over to Penny's channel every day and checking. Oh God, is there another one, right? I mean, she's been asked. I won't say by who. She's been asked to not do it. Let this go. Try anyway. Don't keep the hate going. Don't do it for clicks and views. Don't do it. She obliged, believe it or not. But will she stay that way? I don't know. But I'm not going to worry about it. Why should I? What good does it do? Okay, who threatened to stand on her neck? Wait, how come the comments only go up? Oh, okay, I missed a bunch. Oh, BH. Yeah, you've got big stop signs there. I guess she's really going on and on. So, oh, to time her out? Most definitely. And if she comes back in and is snide, demanding whatever of me or people in chat, you can block her. But I'll give people one chance after they mess up. That's how I'm doing it. I think somebody wrote in comments to me, you should just instantly time them out and then block, which is what I'm doing. It happens. I think that's what I'm doing. And then they're timed out. But honestly, like, if I had my contacts in right now, I wouldn't be able to see up close. And all these little letters would be like blurry because I can only see things from far away and I'm with my contacts. When I'm sitting this close, if I don't have them in, I can read it, but I need to lean in like that much. So yeah, it's fine. Hi, Undercover. Hi, everybody. And I'm so glad that, hi, Evie, Kaylee Smithers, Barbara Smith, wherever she is in here, Rock 54. Hi, everybody. Blame Erica Genevieve. That looks like an L, but your name's probably... Oh, that is an L. Blame Erica Genevieve. Genevieve is French, isn't it? But just doesn't sound French to me. But what do I know? It's a beautiful name, I'll tell you that. Hi, Rapper. Hi, everybody. Hi, Donna Clark. Hi, Kylie. Oh. Why does she care so much? I heard she's like against those people, if that's the same one that he's had issues with in the past. Why does she care so much? I don't get it. There's Sunflower Darkness. I tried to find you in the friend requests. Are you still in here, Sunflower? Anyway, I hope you're hearing this. Wait, are you? Now I'm way behind. Oh, dear. I have a mod cussing people, Nana Butterfly. I didn't know. That's why I just said I can't always see chat. And I don't want that. I've actually said that yesterday. I said, we don't want to be a channel to perpetuate things or say we don't like that and want that on the internet, but yet we're going to do it. No, we can't. So, I'll watch back chat and I'll find out which mod is cussing. And I'll figure out at that point what or what not to do. Hi, Deborah Ann. I mean, can't we just hi, Country Kitten. Can't we secretly, disdainfully dislike someone, but pretend they're human? Even? I'm not trying to talk all flip or whatever. I'm just saying, can't we do that? I don't. Hi, LBI 228. Hi, Max Vogan. Hi, Love Metal. No, Penny, I brought you up because Avery was in here bringing you up, bringing up that you want to show more, or I mean, uh, play more messages or something. That's all. I don't even know that person. I mean, honestly, that could be a man with the avatar saying Avery. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know these people. I'm not down south. If you have some really close friends, and I don't know if you live down south, and you're actually able to um, meet them and talk with them and be real friends, that's good for you. I don't. I only know what I hear and see on here. And my trust ticker, if that's even anything, I don't know. I guess I'm too trusting. And also, my lives, thank you, Mama P. My lives are impromptu, unplanned, unprepared pretty much, except for when I was doing some true crime things before. I'd have things that were pulled up on my other iPad, but I didn't know what I was reading. I didn't know how I was going to react. And I chose PCT is extreme because I found that, for one, I kind of am on here. If I can be okay 1 minute, crying the next, it's kind of extreme. Um, um, but you know, when I was co-host or whatever over there, right, on Dolly Vision, he said the Queen of Extreme near the endish, not the whole time, near the end, and I was like, wow. And then I thought X and then a stream, right, because I'm on StreamYard. But when I clicked on that or whatever on YouTube, there's a lot of people out there, male channels like, oh, what did I see? Dave Extreme or John, I don't know, X in the stream. So it certainly wasn't my idea. But people were starting to call me PCT all the time instead of paper cut. And if you type in either of them come up. So, you know, I was also told I should engage with the chat more. So I'm, trying to do that a little bit more, you know. And I have no hard feelings against you, Penny. I really don't. Like, remember when near the end of, was it a Turtle Island show? Somebody said that I was bullying them, I think, in chat, and you took it as face value, and you said something. You could have been friendlier to me, let's put it that way. And I was just so shocked by it. I actually contacted you in comments in your thing, and you immediately said you had checked out the situation, or you hadn't seen the first post this person made, or what it was in reference to, whatever you said, and you apologized to me. And I thanked you for that. I didn't just ignore it and all that. So I thought we were good. But because people want all the details of my life, and rumors are going around out there that I'm a scammer and things of this nature, which make me look really bad. It's whatever. I know, and God knows, for people that believe in God, that I'm not. That's why I can sleep at night. That's why I can look at myself in the mirror. That's why I can be the best mom I can be. Try to set some boundaries. Try to get through alive without a knock on the door. Doesn't happen. Am I getting angry? The beginning, I got a little upset because I was more nervous about it, and I thought it might affect my show, but it doesn't really seem to. So now it's like, oh, mute, figure out what he wants or needs. Oh, thank you, Christina. And thank you. Is it blame? Blame? It can't be blame. It's probably blame or something. Penny can't respond if you're expecting her to because she was timed out. What? She was timed out. Can you type in here by who? I don't want anybody timed out or blocked, for lack of a better word, without my permission. Can you type in here and tell me who did that? It would have been nice if she, I mean, and she can watch back the live, or maybe she's watching it while she's timed out, but I don't like that. People are timed out. You better call me out, Tina. We love you here. LOL. Oh, come on, you guys. So now somebody times Penny out, which will make her more mad. And she'll probably put my private messages out on blast now. Even though people probably think they were doing the right or best thing. Thank you, Guntersville, of being criminal to each other. I've never seen Truth Seeker even say that word anywhere. So I don't know. I'd have to see it. And if I do see it, like if she's saying, stop, don't call Tina a bitch, which I know we can say that word on the internet, but I'm not, because I looked it up. She's not going to not be my friend. And I'm not going to unmod her. But if she's like, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, I'll probably have to take the wrench. You know what I mean? So, oh, that's nice. We'll go Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Brr, now I'm freezing. I gotta close my window. Ooh. Ooh, gosh sakes. I hope Penny comes back in here. Thank you, Cynthia Marie. Thank you. Wow, that's nice. Yeah, I'm too trusting, Janae. And this was months and months of a friendship. She started out contacting me by saying she worked for a certain phone company and could get me a free phone. And I told her that I already have been that route with them. Not, what the heck is that? Assurance. The Assurance phone that's free through the government. But I thanked her and we became friends. I still don't think I was set up. I just don't. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. And I wasn't expecting Penny to respond. But I'm not her enemy. Maybe she wants me to be. I'm just not, you guys. Look in, play some music, get up and dance. Nah, no. Look in your YouTube chat and see if she was. Oh, right now? I could have a rogue mod. I heard some other person, a male, that's getting popular this year, whatever the case may be. I won't say who. Found out he has one. Oh, by Rhonda for 300 seconds. Is Rhonda still in here? Evie, it's fine. I told her. Oh, did you? Okay. Well, maybe she didn't know. Rhonda, you don't have to answer here, but I just, and I may not see him. I saw a lot of stop signs with that guy that was saying, can I see your feet? Can I see your butt? Undress, whatever, right? And I went through and deleted, but boy, did I miss the darn stop signs, right? From this person. And I watch back all my lives and I check the chat. So yeah, so please do that. Just put big stop signs in. If I don't see it and I'm blabbing away or reading something, keep doing it. Because I like to look over like that every now and then. Yeah. I mean, you guys, I don't even have anything against Huntress or even Dumplin. Like, I don't. Like, I really, really don't. And I'm not even saying this like, I thought we were good. It was so nice to be acknowledged by Huntress in chat, when I wasn't for a while, when Dumplin, and her are besties, right? I mean, what I said, and I'll say it again here, the pompous entitlement thing was back in flippin' season 2, which doesn't make it right, but it's because it was for a reason. It's not that I'm like just taking the game so darn seriously. Like, you know what I mean? I heard she was going to have t-shirts made. And I honestly thought, well, that should be okay. She's t-shirts made anyway. But then I was told there's a word for it. I don't know what it is. It's not self-promotion, but it really, I mean, I don't know. I was told it's there's a word for it and it's not allowed. But I should have gone, I should have asked her, but then I didn't want to think she was accusing me of something and we were friends then. And so instead I, confide my feelings about it to someone I thought I could trust. I mean, if it can happen to me, you guys, it can happen to anybody. People think I'm so naive and gullible. I'm not as dumb as I look. I'm not. And I've learned a lot this year, you know. Oh, there's a good truth seeker and a not so good one. Still, I thought that was like all taken care of. Yes, I think I cursed by accident. I know how truth seeker talks. I do. We're friends on Messenger, the real truth seeker. And I know how she types and I know how she spells my name. I'm not even going to say it here in case the imposter tries to type that way to get me to trust. Oh, you guys are so cute. The little kittens are suckling away. And she's purring away. Yeah, I know. You told me that, Pinkie Pie. I'm glad, we're still friends and stuff. People can write a whole big long thing and bash someone, and they're really just trying to get on your good side or your good graces or whatever to befriend you, to backstab you. Oh. Oh, wow. A real rat problem. Gee. Good luck with that. Yikes. Thank you, Cindy. Get a kitty in. Yeah, yeah. And it's so easy if you open yourself up to it with like even one word, like, well, I don't know if she's that intense, or I don't know if that really happened. Then the mob mentality will come in. It just will. On panel, in a chat, in comments, whatever it is. Ah, wow. Hi, MS. Tip says I sang that Fleetwood Mac perfect. You heard that? That's not even how my ex would type or talk. Maybe it's not you. It's gotta be. You're the one that guessed what county I was in the other day. Hi, Mary Jane. Thank you for that. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I was able to hit the notes and vibrato it a little bit or whatever, and I'm sure as heck ain't no Stevie Nicks. She's incredible. Oh, so back to Sunflower Darkness. As everyone knows, I'm on Facebook under Megan, Megan, because there's ways to spell it, Kyceck, Kyceek. That's my married name, and I haven't changed it because then I got to contact everybody and everything, and all three of us will have a different last name. So when I want to fill out the paperwork to be able to like even share, the milligrams of something with the therapist of what my son's on, or be part of the discussion or be in the loop with his mental health, I don't have a last name. So when I say I'm his mother, they might believe it more too. I mean, that's the reason. Because my daughter has a different last name. I gave her father's last name because I assumed, right, we might get married someday, and that would be like the nice thing to do. That's why I did it. Ah, and the thing is, I watched Huntress's live the other day. I know I'm bringing up a lot of different creators' names, but they pop in here, and not Huntress yet, I don't think even once, but I don't think it's safe or really even right anymore to say that cyberbullying or bullying or whatever isn't really happening if it's in a private group. Huntress didn't say that, but someone on her panel did. Okay. So, I mean, I heard that. I heard that with my own ears. And I was like, well, then that's why they feel, or she feels, she's not really doing anything wrong. But I'm here to say, if you have these private groups and the venting, which was the word used, just have a place to go vent. Like, that's going to form mob mentality. And even if you guys don't mean to do it, right? I mean, not just against me, but when I'm all done being, okay, this is a weird analogy, but taken by the lion, this is what comes to mind. Not so much now. Things have calmed down some and whatever, and some people have aired their differences. But I feel like I'm inside an arena being tossed by the lion, my body thrown over to one tiger, and then that one chomps on me, and I'm thrown to another tiger, and that one chomps on me. Except it's creators. It's kind of how I was feeling up until maybe today. It's weird. You guys, it's weird. And I know that everybody doesn't like it. Everybody. All these channels that have talked about me in the past, every single one of them say, boy, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. When they've done it. Every single one of these channels say, we allow freedom of speech or whatever the case may be. But then if somebody just asks if I'm okay, right? They're timed out or they're blocked. Like, you know, when Team Rose first was saying, oh, wrenches are stupid and bad and wrong, I was like, oh gosh, you know, that's just kind of the way you feel. No, I get it now. I get it now. But I'm not up here to say nobody should have a wrench. There has to be some control to help the creator along. Like even giving me signs like this and like other really popular creators, right? Out there, like the Lab, Dolly Vision, and all, you know, Dolly Vision's more popular than the Lab, I think. But I just said it that way because I don't know. It's no particular order really, but you know. So think about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Think about what you're saying. And that's another thing that Crimes and Fashion said. She said she actually said this. You can watch her live of today, earlier today. She's Florida time, so it's 11:20. There, it's only 8:20 here. She said if she jumps over into someone's chat and they're bashing one particular person, like she didn't say this word for word. She might have said talk a lot. She might not have said the word bash, but whatever she said was basically this. She leaves. She doesn't partake in it. And that impressed me too. Again, that lady is class. So, and some smarts, some wits about her too. And again, she's older. Like, I don't know if she's in her 40s, 50s, or 60s. I don't know. I'm not saying, she looks a certain age. She just talks about getting older and whatever. But maybe we could all learn from that. You know what I mean? So, you guys, I'm kind of just rambling now, and I've been going on an hour and 40 minutes. I haven't eaten anything. I slept till I think 1:30. I got to bed at 5 in the morning again. And one of these days I want to do a panel. I want 3 Dot to come back. I hope he hears this. He's fun to have up, and Mab and Tony and anyone else that wants to, for that matter. Anybody. Even people that dislike me could come up on panel. But if you're going to ask me questions that I cannot speak of or about, it's probably a waste of your time. Okay? Which is basically like my personal life and my summer and my, you know what I mean? Oh. You want to say bye? Say bye-bye. All right, I'm going to go, you guys. Thank you so much for coming over to PCT is Extreme. Good Lord. You're so funny. And, oh, goodness. And I in December, I'm going to say this because I just touched her and felt her belly, and I'm going to put up my PayPal if anybody wants to help me get some money to get this kitty fixed and then the kittens sometime in December. If they're all girls, and of course Ginger's been fixed after he already impregnated, which I thought was a male kitten, and when we were given Soots, that's why we named him Soots too, or her. She thought he was a boy, this young, extremely nice woman. So, you know, from the county a year ago. Stuff happens, right? But I'm going to put my PayPal up in December because I have a timeline. I have they can impregnate, right, each other, apparently, the mother. It's said in Google, they can. And the kittens will be 4 months old, the middle of January. I've got to get it done in December, which means on December 1st here, I need to call and get on the waiting list. I have it on my calendar and hope to God I can get in there. Now, if I can't for some reason, for $40 a kitten, whatever, maybe kittens are cheaper, but a cat or a female getting a cat spayed, and I said this in my other life, compared to neutering, is more expensive. That to me is silly. It should just be $165. That's how much it is at my cat clinic, which I call it the cat clinic because for the many years that, don't walk on my other iPad. It was called the cat clinic. Now it's Chuckanut Feline Center. And I'm saying that because somebody in chat 2 lives ago, I think, wanted to know. But then I have to give out my town. But this woman has already doxed me months ago. I saw it on a good friend's Facebook. Yeah. So it's weird. It's weird being doxed. I didn't even know doxed was a thing. I didn't even know what it was till this year. But I'm learning. And, you know, my turtle shell from the very beginning hardened. I said that right on some lives. My shell's hardening a little bit. You know, I hope I don't lose my humbleness or my, I didn't let things go to my head. Thank God. Or I would have been devastated when I was, kind of the evening hostess thing ended and the avatar's different for it now, which I spoke to someone, asked them on the phone. I won't say who. I'll say it's, well, I don't know if I should say that. I'll say it's well, anyway, it's somebody, not who everybody is always assuming and all this and that, but people do that all the time, especially with holidays coming and stuff. So I shouldn't take that too much to heart about it. Oh, my thing just went off or flashed or something. Yeah. So anyway, as far as I know, I'm still a turtle. I'm still a turtle gang. I really miss you guys. I miss being able to chat. And say hi. But because of this channel, I'm able to do that because you're all willing to come over. Say hi to me. All right. I love you guys. Please hit the like. And please subscribe to me if you will. I usually say if you want, if you want, if you want. I really want you to subscribe. So that maybe someday when I want to monetize, and I'm not there yet, because I think I can now, I'll feel more like doing it. All right? Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.